everybody, welcome to another episode of Exploring Photography. I'm Mark Wallace and I'm joined by Tasi, and today we are going to be talking to you about open shade, what it is, why you would use it, and some tricks for working in open shade. So let's begin by talking about what the heck open shade is. Well, it's the stuff that we're standing in right now. As you can see, we're on this balcony. We have shade. The sun is on the other side of this building, and so everywhere here we have nice soft light. You can see on Tasi's face, there's no hard shadows. It's just nice and soft light here because we're in shade. But right over here, we have bright sunlight, and that bright sunlight is bouncing off the buildings and the pavement and the sky, and it's streaming in. It's coming in from the side, and so we have nice soft light, but we have nice directional light as well. And because that bright sunlight is coming this way, something spectacular is going to happen. And that is, not only are we going to get directional light, but the specular highlights, the catch lights in Tasi's eyes are going to be all sparkly because they will reflect all of the stuff that's out here, the mountains and the sky and the buildings and everything. And so you're going to get nice, soft, directional light with wonderful specular highlights. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to shoot 2 or 3 different ways here on this balcony. I'm shooting with my Canon R5. We don't have a lot of space on this balcony, and so I'm using sort of my magic lens. This is an 85mm lens. I might shoot with a 50mm lens if I had one for my R5, but I don't. But I don't want to go any wider than that because then things are going to look distorted. Plus, some of the things I'm going to do later, you'll understand why I'm using a little bit longer lens. And so to begin with, let's just start working with some of this open shade. So let's go back here. Tasi, I'm going to have you go back by this wall here. This wall is fantastic because it's nice and white. My 85mm lens is going to let me get close enough that I'm not going to have any distractions. It's going to look like we're in a studio with seamless white. Also, this light is going to be coming in from the side, and then some of that will bounce off this window here to fill in the other side of her face. And I think we're going to get some wonderful shots. So I'm right now in aperture priority mode. I'm shooting at f2.8. I want to combine this nice soft light with shallow depth of field, and I'm shooting at ISO 100, and I'm just going to let my camera figure out the correct shutter speed. Okay, so we're going to start here, and we're going to do some vertical shots to begin with. And Tasi, let's have you look right at me. These are fantastic. I want you to turn a little bit toward the light. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I'm going to get back as far as I can. These shots are wonderful. Let me get some horizontal shots a little bit closer here. By the way, I'm using my autofocus eye tracking. And so this is great. And then we look at this. I love this. So we're getting that nice, soft, directional light. We can look and zoom in on Tasi's eyes. We can see those reflections of stuff coming in. It's just wonderful. So let's shoot a few of those, and then we'll go to our second lighting setup. I absolutely love these white walls, but I think we can do even better or maybe a little bit different. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to shoot with this soft directional light coming in this way. We're going to stay aperture priority mode at f2.8 to get that nice shallow depth of field. But this window here is reflecting all of the cityscape and the sky and all that stuff. And also Tasi's eyes are going to reflect that. So I'm going to get back as far as I can and try to get some really nice tight headshots. And then we're going to see how this works. Ideally, I'd like to have another 10 feet. I love that. Yes. Perfect. And chin down just a little bit. These are so, look at that. Whoa. That is so amazing. Now, as much as I love these, wow, these are fantastic. As much as I love these, and when we zoom in on her eyes, you can see Tasi's eyes just all sparkly. One of the things that I think we can even do better is on this, this glass here, we can let that fall even more out of focus. And so because I have an f1.2 lens, I'm going to use all of it. So I'm going to go all the way to f1.2. And in this light, my shutter speed is up to Oh, it's about 1250, something like that. And so I'm gonna get back a little bit farther. And this is gorgeous. You have to be really careful when you're shooting this stuff to look. And so what I'm doing is I'm looking at the corners of the photo to make sure I don't have any of this in there or any of this in there. And I'm getting as close as I can because what I really want are Tasi's eyes. That is the centerpiece of this photo. And we get this nice shallow depth of field. So I can just take a look here and we can see, wow. Yes, yes, all day long, yes. And you can also see that this window has fallen out of focus. So what I'm gonna do is instead of shooting just straight on, I'm gonna move a little bit over here. We can see from the reverse angle, I'm back a little bit. And so Tasi, you're gonna have to move this way just a little bit more, just a little bit more this way. There we go. And beautiful. And then come back a little bit. We only have a little bit of space here to work. And there we go, great. I love it. That is gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna show her what we're getting so you know sort of how I'm trying to frame you. And you can see it's just really tight. So we're gonna work with that a little bit more. And then once we're done with that, we have one last trick up our sleeves with open shade. So let's shoot a few more and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, let's review. We've done the white wall. We had this nice soft light coming in. That looked spectacular. We had the window here. We had some really nice, awesome specular highlights. We were shooting this way. But now I want to do the exact opposite. I want to shoot into that bright light. And when we look back here, you can sort of see that we have this white wall. I'm being the weatherman here. And then right over here in this area, we have some buildings. And because I have my 85mm lens, that's going to give me some compression and bring these buildings back behind Tasi's head into the shot. They're gonna be falling out of focus because I'm still gonna shoot at 2.8 and we're gonna expose for Tasi's face, which means those buildings, which are much brighter, are gonna be overexposed. And hopefully that's gonna give us a nice, soft, directional light on Tasi with an overexposed, soft, bokeh-licious background. And so let's try it. We're gonna try to shoot from about right here to here, some vertical shots. So I'm gonna come all the way back here and perfect. I love that. Gorgeous. These are spectacular. Ah, that looks great. So the other thing I'm going to do is I've been shooting up. We're getting a lot of this railing in the shot. So I'm gonna lower my camera a little bit. I'm gonna play left, right. I'm gonna move around, move my feet, and hopefully that'll give us even better photos. You ready? Okay, I love open shade. Here we go. There you have it. Open shade is one of my favorite natural lighting setups. It's where we have nice shade right next to big, bright, hard light. That light streams in, giving us directional but yet soft light. Gives us fantastic specular highlights on our eyes, and you can shoot just about anything and it looks good. You can shoot into the light, you can shoot with the light behind you, you can shoot toward a white background. It's up to you depending on where you are. Look around. You might have a back patio, you might have a big building that has shade that is right next to a big open space. Once you start seeing open shade, you'll discover that it's just everywhere around you. So you don't need a bunch of fancy lights, speed lights, or studio lights, or umbrellas, or softboxes. Just find some open shade and it's gonna work great. Thank you so much, Tasi.
Thank you.
Way, we got some great stuff. If you want to see more of Tasi's stuff, I have put a link to her Instagram and socials in the description of this video, as well as all the gear that I used in this video, so you can check it out to see exactly what I was used. Please, if you like this, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked, ask questions. give me a thumbs up, and also please subscribe. That helps us make even more videos. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.